I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos, and a very common issue that we deal with, and when I say we, I mean piano technicians, is buzzes and rattles. Knocks are kind of a different story, but buzzes and rattles can be very frustrating. I've spent in the past ridiculous amounts of time, like as much as an hour looking for buzzes, or actually sometimes even more. But those are very much the exception, so don't let that scare you. I would say 75% of the time, the buzz or the rattle is coming from somewhere on the piano itself, and of that, I would say probably 75% of those, or even higher, they're things that you, as the layman, someone who's not a technician, I'm making this video for people who are not technicians, can reach. The other 20-25% would be things that might take a little bit more know-how, where you've got to remove the action and work on something in there. But a good percentage of the buzzes and rattles are from the piano itself that is easily accessible. So, and the other 25%, by the way, or so, of the buzzes and rattles are things in the room. So like a lamp, a picture frame, a like wall decor, that sort of thing. Once I was super frustrated. It was actually one of those times that I was looking forever. It might have been more than an hour, and I just couldn't hear it. I couldn't find it. And then suddenly, I thought I heard it. Maybe it was something above, but I could have sworn that it was in the piano. And I asked that it was in a customer's home. I asked her to borrow a broom, and I held the broom handle up against the light. Is a recessed light trim, and there it was. That was the buzz. So what's actually going on is obviously on the piano you've got a whole universe of sound, all of these different sound waves, and everything has a natural vibration. Everything vibrates at its own frequency, and so where you've got like every frequency represented on a piano, chances are if there's something that's slightly loose, and if it's slightly loose on the piano or in the house, like home decor, then chances are the natural frequency of that item will be somewhere represented on the piano, and so when you play it, it causes a buzz, especially if it's a metallic something. So that's my first tip: is look around, touching things that are metal. So if you have a buzz, this particular piano, as far as I know, it doesn't have a buzz that I'm doing this demo on. So if we can find one. No buzz. Is a buzz. I don't know if you can hear that in the video. I think that was the culprit. Anyway, so I mean, you can see that's like kind of loose and rattly there. But so come on over here and I'll show you the kinds of things that are often the culprits. Hinges. If there's a loose screw, so if you hear a buzz, if you just kind of touch where on the screws, things like this. Actually, often this little lid prop is a culprit. Little things like this, and the hinge here, the hinges over there. Sometimes, if a screw is slightly loose, as you touch them, you'll see sometimes screws they'll maybe have a little washer that might be rattling. Same with under here. Sometimes these leg bolts, if they're not snug really tight, there's often a washer under there that can rattle, or something in the trap work and pedals those can rattle, or the casters even. I've seen those rattle. Check the fallboard or the lock here. If you just push down on this lock, sometimes the like little springs in there can cause a buzz, and a lot of people don't know that you can just push down on that lock. It's just spring loaded, and so that I've heard that rattle before. Bench, that can be a culprit. So it's usually easiest to do with someone else that's playing it, and just playing it over and over, unless you have super long arms, or it's a small piano, an upright, for example, then you can just play it as you kind of go around listening, okay, touching things, okay, where is it? Where is that buzz? And then eventually you find it, and then the way to eliminate it is, well, tightening screws usually. That'll take care of it. I mean, there's a thousand ways to do it, but ultimately what has to happen is things have to be snugged down so they're not like slightly separated and they vibrate against each other. That causes that obnoxious buzz. So yeah, I mean that takes care of a really pretty significant percentage of the problems. There are some occasionally that like I was saying earlier in this video, that you have to take the action out, or you've got to work on the soundboard or something like that. But that's relatively uncommon compared to the more common things that I've mostly been talking about. So I hope that helps, and good luck.